What is more terrifying, a ghost in the house or a ghost in your own mind? That is the question at the heart of Henry James's The Turn of the Screw. It begins in the quiet beauty of the English countryside. At Bly, everything seems calm. The estate is elegant, remote, almost dreamlike. A young governess arrives to care for two orphan children, Miles and Flora. They seem charming, graceful, almost too perfect. The house is orderly. The gardens are beautiful. The lake is still, and that is exactly where the horror begins. James does not begin with chaos. He begins with peace. Then he makes that peace feel wrong. The first signs are small. A letter arrives from Miles's school. The boy must not return. No real explanation is given. Then one evening, the governess sees a man standing at a distance watching the house. Later, she sees him again, closer now, looking through a window as if he already belongs there. Not long after, she sees a woman in black by the lake, silent, grieving, like someone who should have remained among the dead. These are simple images, but Henry James makes them unforgettable. A figure in the distance, a face at the glass, a child who seems to know more than he says. Horror enters Bly quietly, almost politely, and that makes it worse. At first, this sounds like a familiar ghost story, but The Turn of the Screw is far more unsettling than that. The governess comes to believe that the figures she sees are Peter Quint and Miss Jessel. Both are dead. Both are tied to the house. They were troubling figures even in life. And in death, their presence feels like a stain on the children's supposed innocence. Both seem to be reaching for them. The governess becomes convinced that Miles and Flora are not just threatened by these ghosts, but already touched by them in ways too dark to name. And yet James never gives us certainty. That is the true mechanism of the horror. We experience Bly through the mind of the governess. So every ghost, every silence, every strange glance reaches us through her interpretation first. Is she seeing something truly evil moving through the house? Or is she creating that evil herself out of fear, repression, and obsession? That uncertainty turns every scene into a trap. The nursery no longer feels safe. The lake becomes a place of dread. Even the children's innocence begins to feel unsettling, as if innocence itself might be a mask. The governess may be trying to save them, but the more urgently she tries to protect them, the more she begins to feel like part of the danger. That is why the story becomes so suffocating in its final movement. By the time she confronts Miles directly, the line between rescue and destruction has almost disappeared. What remains is not a clear answer, but a cold and lingering doubt. We may never know what was truly haunting Bly, and that is why The Turn of the Screw still works today. Henry James does not frighten us by showing too much. He frightens us by making us doubt everything we see. Its deepest terror is not just the possibility of ghosts. It is the possibility that the mind itself can become a haunted house. What do you think was really haunting Bly and Henry James's The Turn of the Screw? Tell me in the comments and subscribe for the next classic of the night.